I wanted to show you something I've been playing with, I suppose, testing out, trying, I suppose. I don't know really, I don't know what you would call it, but I've been trying a new system. Hello everybody, it's Edwina from My Craft Orchard. How are you? Index cards, I love these things. These are my desert island stationery product that I would take with me. These are always in my planner. I've always got a stack by my desk. They're just such a versatile thing to use, and I love them. Really love them. So let me show you what I've been playing with, shall we? Now, some of you have probably heard of the Getting Things Done tickler file, or the Home Bodies Executive. And what they do is they take index cards in a box and they put 1 to 31 and January to December, and every day I've actually put Monday to Friday on these, Monday to Sunday as well. So I've got, and I could use it as a calendar if I wanted to. So I've got Monday the 1st of January, if I wanted to, on there. And then what you do is you take your index card with your tasks on. It's Monday the 1st, so you would put it behind whichever one. And then once you finish with that day, it goes to the back of the pile like that. And continues on until, and every time something comes in, you put an index card behind the date. I'm not going to this extreme. I have used this. I've used this for tasks. I've used this for home projects and all of those sort of things, and it works really well. At the moment I'm using my Kanban book, which I have actually got a video out for. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it down below, but that's what I'm using and have used, and that works really well. I've also used this, I've got a video on this. This is one of my best videos here on the channel, probably because it's been on here longest, and I actually used index cards as like a daily planner, as it were. Anything that needs to be done and that sort of thing, and I use this for ages as well. And you can also, if you wanted to, just use a little notebook that's all tabbed off for the same sort of thing that I'm using. So you could use a tiny little notebook, you could use index cards which are bigger, or you could use the index cards. Now I'm using the index cards, and let me show you how I've got my little box set up, shall I? So the first thing I've got is a set of checklists. So I've got a daily, a monthly, a yearly, a weekly and a quarterly checklist. I've then got a whole section of my, as you know, daisy writing, personal, home, my craft orchard, and any really important priority things behind those. And then I've just put January to December on those. And these have got, they're the index cards that come with the box. So they've got ABCD on them. What I'm using these for is a couple of things. The first one, it's somewhere where I am storing these checklists. Now I am a top member of Megan Summerill's top program. I did her Plannerpalooza, and if you are interested, she has a free course coming up on the One Notebook Challenge. I will link everything down below. It is well worth. This is how I found her last year. It is amazing. It is brilliant. Let me just find out the details so I get them all right. I'm going to have to read it off my emails. So the event is the 6th to the 8th of February. It's a One Notebook Challenge which will empower participants to streamline their organisation, boost productivity through a singular effective notebook system. By the end of it, by the end of the challenge, you will walk away with one and only one notebook, along with a practical processing system to keep themselves organised every week. And yes, replays will be available. It is live, but replays will be available. To participate, then you just need to sign up, basically. I will link everything down below for you. I am taking part again because I love it, and anything that's free, I'm all for that. Absolutely. So part of the top program is you write checklists for your daily, monthly, yearly tasks, and when you come to do your weekly planning in your planner, you then take your weekly checklist and you go, right, I have to do that every week, I have to do this every week, and I have to do this, and you take this and you book it in to your planner, wherever it is, wherever it needs to fit, and all of those things, and you review these every month and say, well, actually, you know what, I don't need to have meal planning written on here. I do it automatically as a habit. So as you're trying to build in new processes and new systems into your system, then this is a really good way of making sure you don't forget anything. It's a bit like my the trigger list that I did at Christmas. I am going to be doing another trigger list if you want that at some point, probably next month. So that's the idea here. So these checklists are going to sit in the front of my box, and then every day when I do my planning, or every week, every month, I'm going to go and grab that, and then as I'm going along and I've got my notebook and I'm writing things down, if there's something that I need to add to this checklist, I'll just pull it out and add it to it. The second part of this, which is the life sections, what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to use it for my backlog running to-do list. You could call it all sorts of things, if I'm honest. On the top program we call it a backlog, a master task list. I've heard people call it that. All of those sort of things. So what I'm going to do, we're back to home. I always do demonstrate home stuff. So I'm going to use a pink highlighter across the top to indicate that this is a home list, first of all. And there is about 10 lines on here, and I'm only going to write 5. I'm going to leave myself space. So off my backlog, I am actually going to write home on there as well. And I'm going to use the bullet journal system, so I'm going to put dots to indicate that they are tasks. Actually, I'll probably get 4 on there. I'm going to put 4 on. So the first backloggy type task would be to plan the garden out. Clean up. Okay. I know I can't do that until the weather breaks, until it's nice and warm. So at the moment it's nowhere on my to-do list. It's just something I want to get done at some point. I'm going to need to plan out the summer holidays. I know we're only in January and summer's not until August, but it's something that I'm going to have to do. So I put it on here. I need to, let's have a think. We could put plan Christmas on there if I wanted to, because again, that's going to be something I'm going to need to do at some point. Book an eye test. And this is for all of us. Okay. And then let's see, what else shall I put on there? I need to clean out the kitchen cabinets. So as you can see, they're all very random, they're all very things. There's no time limit to any of these. The summer holidays time limit will come later in the year. July time, beginning of July is when I start thinking about that. Clean out the kitchen cabinets. Yes, I'll probably do that while it's probably more of a spring thing, so probably, I don't know, April or May, but it doesn't need to be done now. Planting the garden I definitely can't do till the spring. So I'm going to look down here and I'm going to look at them and go, right, which of these is the most important? And there's two ways that you can mark this as important. You could do a journal bullet method and actually put an asterisk and say, out of those 4 things, that is the most important. Or, because I tend to find that things change, you could just put one of these highlighter sticky notes over the top of it and say, so when you instantly look at that, you go, boom, that's the important one. Okay. This then is going to live behind my home tab in my box. Behind my January tab, I've got VAT return, and behind my February tab, I've got things like Valentine's and birthdays. So when I come to plan my February, I'm going to go, Mum and Dad's birthdays. I need to book that in. I grab my planner and I go, right, so when are their birthdays? They're the beginning of February, so I need to be thinking about, where's my box going? Here we are. This is us. They're the beginning of February, so I need to be thinking about buying birthday presents probably the last week in January. Is there anything special I want to get them? Is it got to be a pre-order? Maybe I should put it in for this week here. Okay, so when do I want to do that? I'm going to just quickly book that in. Let's say I'll do it Thursday the 20th. So order birthday presents. And when I come to week the 22nd, which will be next week, when I come to do my weekly planning, then I always reference my month first, and I'll see that, day specific, I need to do that, and book that straight in. Once my week has been planned and my month's been planned, I will then go to the backlog, which I've just made the list for. Let's have a look through my home backlog, shall we? So the most important thing on that list is an eye test. Right, what do I need to do for that? I need to book in eye tests. All 3 of us need to do it. Okay, so that needs to be a non-school day, so ideally either after school or a Saturday. So when would it be best to do that? Let's have a look. I've got a bossing meetup, but I might be going to, I'm already planning to do some Warhammer there, so maybe this Saturday here, and if they can't do that Saturday there, then probably one of these here might be best. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is, I've had a quick look at the calendar and I'm going to write as a task for this week, probably today, because that task is only going to take me, 10 minutes? Maybe I'll do it for next week. Maybe I'll write it on here and say, you know what, Friday of next week I'm going to book in eye test. And you could use a post-it note, or you could write it straight in. It's totally up to you. You put there, book eye test. And we've done it for a Saturday, the 27th, or what did we decide? Did we decide the week after? The 3rd of Feb. So I've got a note there that tells me to book the eye test this week, and then when I come to plan this week out, I can look at that and go, I need a 10-minute phone call, when's the best? I could probably do that Monday once I've booked all these in here. which will look like this. And that's how these index cards will work. You put all those non-urgent, time specific tasks, and then every week, definitely every month, you come back to these and go, that's the most important, when shall I do that? And once that one's done, I can then move that from there and say, okay, on this page, the next one that would be most feasible to do would probably be doing the kitchen cabinets. So I'll do that and then cross the eye test one out. And then once all of these are done, I can then turn the card over, or I can use another card. If I've got more than 4, I'm going to have a whole batch of these. I'm going to have a whole batch of cards with the pink line across the top that says they're home, and every card, I say I've got a couple of cards like that, and every card will have one of these on saying, oh, can't get them off. So that one there is the most important on that card, and then this one on this card is the most important out of whatever's listed on there and whatever's listed on there. What I'll do is to get the cards out and say, okay, so he's cleaning the kitchen cabinet, which is on here, which I've prioritised. Is that more important than that one? Yes, it is. So that's the one I'm going to do. Okay, so is that one more important than this one? Well, no. So this is the next one that I need to be writing in my planner. And that's how that will work. I hope, because I'm testing it. What do you think? Comment down below. Tell me, do you think this will work? Do you think it's a good idea? I'm forever putting things in notebooks like this. And I don't go back and look at them. I'm just wondering whether having the cards sitting close to my desk is going to be a better solution, more accessible solution, more fun maybe than scrolling through lists and lists of things. I think sometimes I get a bit immune to a whole list of stuff that's sitting in a planner, and I just don't want to play, basically. I don't know. Comment down below. Have you tried something like this? Would it be something that you were thinking of, or maybe it's a good idea and you're going to give it a go? Do you think it will work? Do you think it will not work? If so, comment. Like this video if you do think it's a good idea, or you're going to go have a go. And if you want to see more of this sort of thing and some ideas of functional planning and those sort of things, make sure you have subscribed, because I do planning videos every week. I just love planning. It's such a hobby. And also I'm doing the one notebook challenge with Meg Summerall in February, so I can let you know how I'm getting on with that and what's going on there as well. All the details are linked down below, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.